We're in Holyoke, Massachusetts. We're on Dartmouth Street, and we're in the Highland Park neighborhood, and we're in front of the house of the father of Highland Park. That was his nickname, Samuel Hoyt, and he was the third owner of this land in this area that was trying to develop the area with many houses, and he was the one that succeeded by far. And Samuel was able to develop it so well that he added a community house, which we're going to have a stop at. And that Highland Park Community House was a height of popularity from about 1917 when it was finished until the late 1920s, when they had a small fire there, and they decided to leave there and leave it up to the school to fix up, and they did. And so we're in front of his house. You can see his neoclassical house. It has beautiful dentils, not very big like brackets, but it has the columns in front and they're arranged correctly. And he was such that he built his own house with his workers and designed it himself, and the whole neighborhood was designed by him. So if you go up and down North Pleasant Street and onto Yale Street, Harvard Street, Dartmouth Street, and other streets in between, he is probably the person that designed the house. Now, there are houses here that weren't designed and made by him, but by other people. So don't always think every house is his. Now, what he did was he also got the city of Holyoke to put in a trolley line up this way, up Pleasant Street to about the 2/3 up North Pleasant Street, where it stopped at Jones Point Park, which is also part of his instigation to get that put into the neighborhood. So a lot of these houses are either slightly over 100 years old or just slightly under. So, and if Highland Park's houses look like they have some uniformity to them, it's because of his instigation. Now, what we're going to do is talk about little points around here. If you look up this street, look how you have three houses in a row with that front eyebrow style dormers on them, right? And then across the street we have this dingle, and this dingle is part of the lore of the Highland Park area. Pretty much you can say that maybe a quarter mile south is the start of Highland Park, and it lasts it's probably 2 square miles large. It includes Wyckoff Park, it includes the Hoyt School, Jones Point we mentioned already, and it had that trolley line. Now there probably was a brook down there, but no one can remember where it was. And then the last point to point out is that he also designed a lot of these streets so that they wouldn't be on the grid pattern, but would have somewhat of a uniform linear look. But then after a while they start to curve, and so you don't have that overall grid look. So he did a great job, and a lot of people remember his name. And I'm going to talk about Highland Park Community House and Samuel Hoyt in November of 2024 at a presentation called A House in Holyoke Through Time, Part 3. And it's going to be about 250 Pleasant Street, but it's going to include Samuel Hoyt because he built that building and designed that building, and he did much of Highland Park, and he also might have run his real estate business out of there, out of one small office. So thank you very much.